Okay, we're here. We're only 5 minutes late, but we made it. That's the important part. So, right off the gate, I'm going to say I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I was up all night thinking about how awesome this stream was going to be. So, just prepare for that. I'm not my usual super entertaining self, very exuberant, flying off the handle. The bear build is back. Did we take, we'll get into all that. We took at least 1-2 week stint off of the bear build. I didn't do anything. I've saved it all for you. But today is going to be the most fun one because most of it's going to be wiring. And as it's a Franken build, kind of a custom thing, we have some soldering we should do, some cleanup. Of course, we're using Prusa parts, non-Prusa parts. Big Tree Tech did send an SKR3. We're going to be using that. I created a new case for it. So we have to get over to JST plugs. There's all kinds of things we have to do. It seems like we are so close to completing it, but yet we are so far because this stuff is what takes all the time. Hardware-wise, we're looking pretty good. But wiring for today, hopefully we get most of that done. And then the next stream, the next bear stream, which might be in 2 weeks, I don't know quite yet, will be all firmware. So get your popcorn for that one because I'm going to set up some sort of screen share where it's at least kind of interesting, where you can see us both and all that good stuff. Speaking of us both, I think my co-host is ready. She is here this week. I never remember which scene to pick for that, but there it is right there.
Hello, good morning.
Clapping
Happy Saturday.
For the addition of the co-host.
Thank you. Clapping. Love clapping. Good morning. Rough night last night for both of us. I did not feel well. I had tummy ache. I was up for a few hours. That stinks.
I was just super excited, that's all.
Chris was excited.
It's like Christmas. Telling you, every time.
My dinner was too rich and it hurt my tummy. That's usually
It happens.
It's a weekend. It's Friday night. What can I say? The way it goes.
Andrew, I'm waiting for that to come through Streamlabs. The first one seems like it always takes forever, but just in case it doesn't, thank you very much for the 20 for the Bougie Coffee Fund. Mm-hmm. I'm liking bougie more and more, honestly.
It's a good term.
I still won't forget that one gal at the restaurant. I've never heard the word before. I mean, I don't get out much, right? But I never heard that word before. And she was looking at bottles of wine or whatever. And the gal's like, so we gonna get bougie or what? And I'm like,
right.
what did she just call me? You know, I had no idea what she was talking about, but I still remember that moment.
We did get bougie that night, and I had a nice bottle of wine at the pizza place. It was good.
I thought she said, you know, how drunk do we need to get? That's what she was talking about? Well, I guess that could be interpreted that way. I don't know, but
you know,
what are you gonna do? Oh, here it comes.
For the Bougie Coffee Fund.
And it says it so well.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you so much.
Andrew's always coming through with support for the channel. I really appreciate that.
Good morning, everybody. Let's see, who's here? Live from New York.
Dusty.
Joel's here. Joel Driver's here.
Awesome.
Andy's here, our buddy Andy.
Every time I see Joel Driver, this is no offense, and I probably already said this before, but this is no offense to Joel, but every time I see Joel Driver in the chat, now I want Little Caesar's Pizza.
Mike's here.
Mike's
So
here.
there we are.
Got a few people on. I don't
Morgan
even know
says, live from the washing machine and filament storage.
That's right.
That would...
The pile of, that's my version over there of organization. So I go around the basement and I pile it up over there, and that seems to be organized, which it's not, but you know, things I tell myself to get through the day.
Jerry Martin. Hello, Jerry. I see you. Oh.
So I'm not even sure where to start. I can tell the trees are in bloom, the weather is warming up, because I will be congested for the first 4 hours of every day at least, because I'm a nerd and have allergies. So I'm going to do things a little bit different. So this is kind of the build where we're going to put everything that I've learned over the years on it. And one being the silicone tube mod for the bed. So we're going to do that. Hopefully we'll get to that today. I did find the jig and the tube that I need for that. The wiring, again, it's kind of all over the place. Now, I don't know if they still sell this or not. We probably talked about this last stream. Printed solids, back in the day when bare builds were aplenty, printed solid would sell these. And I think I still have like 1 or 2 sets. But this gets you from the Prusa plug, that Molex, and I believe it's a KK. I don't remember. But it would get you from that over to a JST. So a lot of the hard work is done just because we have these. But E3D, this is E3D stuff by default. So this heater is a 24-volt heater. And the thermistor, they put a JST plug on them. Or no, they put a Molex plug on them by default. That doesn't really work out well with the Prusa extruder design because it kind of has to all fit underneath here. So I think that's the place that I'm going to start today. I'm going to swap out that connector on that thermistor. Because it's all got to get done. Might as well do it in the order that I feel like. Right? Right.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Lucas. I was thinking about Jeremy had a... Oh, that's what it was. Jeremy asked, and I try to keep all these things in my head, right? Jeremy asked on one of the streams, when he fired up his, I believe it was an MMU print on a 2.5 or a 3, I don't remember which one it was, he was getting file incomplete errors. I talked to somebody at Prusa, that was a known issue, and they have released 3.13.3 of firmware for the 2.5 and the 3 machines that solves that issue. So there you go. And they released it like last week. So if you're having that issue on your machine, that will fix that up. So there you go.
All right. Yay. Solving problems.
Solving problems. One person at a time.
That's right. Who's next?
Who? Yeah. Bring it on. Who's next?
That's right.
All right.
George would like a recap.
A recap. All right. What we have done so far. So the bare build. So what is a bare machine, right? Let's talk about that. Let's pan out. Let's do some pan out here. I need to remember what is wide and what is tight on this. So I don't even know how many weeks been working on it. It's already March, but all of 2024, I had a bunch of parts, including a bare frame. What is a bare frame? It is an extrusion frame that you can use to swap out your Mark II, Mark II, Mark II.5, Mark III Prusa i3 printer with the extruded frame versus the flat frame, and it would be more beneficial on a Mark II style printer where you had the threaded rods instead of the extrusions to put the bottom frame together. It's a much improved setup compared to the Mark II. Mark III kind of adopted that, but it still had a flat frame, so you're getting the extruded upper gantry with the bare upgrade as well. Plus, it's also available in really cool colors, so it makes a great platform to build any printer, which is where we come in. We're not going straight up Prusa 1-for-1 because the idea was to get a Prusa kit, then get a bare frame and mix the two together, so you'd already have all the parts. We're just scavenging parts that we have. So we've mixed it up a bit. Now, we're pretty close to the Prusa build, but we've got, we've mixed it up with different colored lead screws, different colored smooth rods. We do have the Bondtech gear. We have a Dragon BMO hot end instead of the regular V6. We are going to use an SKR board, an SKR3. Some of the components are custom, like as far as we're not using the identical parts for thermistors and all that good stuff. So it's a bit of a mix of everything, just the stuff that I had on hand. So that's where we are now. We've built the frame. If you want to do this in actual order, we built the frame, we built the X, the Y, the Z, and we have built the bear extruder, which is it's a different version. The Bear project, Greg might be in the chat here, they came up with as an improved version over the stock Prusa version. So that's the extruder that we're using right now. Not saying that's what we're going to stay with forever, but that's where we decided to go because I had all the parts. Now we still have the bed to deal with and all of the wiring, as well as, you know, getting the board, the PSU, and then we need to move to firmware. So we're going to do a custom configuration for firmware. On a regular Prusa Bear build, you would use Prusa firmware. That's what part of it, what makes it easy. We're going to go custom on this so we can decide what we want to do. So there's a complete recap of what we've done over the last couple of weeks, and we've been chipping away at it about 2 hours at a time. So that's where we're going to continue on here. And today is mostly wiring, getting the bed put together. I did build, and I probably already said this, but I did build a custom case for the SKR3 that I hope will fit the Bear. I started from scratch on this, so fingers crossed that it's going to work. So hopefully we get that fitted and get the initial setup on the SKR done so that we can proceed next time. So that was a really long recap, but that's where we're at.
We're very thorough.
No easy mode projects. That is
No.
for sure. Just built a Mark IV Bear. Awesome. I'm looking forward to start seeing more Mark IV Bears. This thing was focusing relatively well. It's kind of doing it. So first thing that I want to tackle, I mentioned this already, but I'm going to swap out the Molex plug on this thermistor so that it just fits better underneath the machine. Because I've never been able, they always put that connector, E3D always puts that connector on their thermistors. I've never been able to utilize it. I've always had to, you know, solder the wires together or come up with another solution. It's a good idea, I just can't make it work. So, enough about me. What's everybody else doing? It is Saturday.
It's beautiful weather here today.
Yes.
Right now it's only 58, but it'll get close to 70 by the time, you know, by this afternoon. So that's nice for us.
That's good.
Springtime's nice here in Missouri. Most of the time. In between tornadoes and hail and...
Yeah, we had some awesome hail the other day.
Wednesday, we had a nasty storm, nasty thunderstorm. I don't think there was rotation, but I think it was over in Kansas. So we did okay. Yeah.
It's like a whole other world.
It is.
Yeah, so like I went, of course, you know, I'm from Missouri, so that when I hear bad weather, the first thing I do is go outside. But I went out there and most of the hail was smaller than a dime. Not, you know, like marble size, a little less than that. So not that big a deal, but then occasionally you'd see chunks that were the size of a golf ball.
Yeah, you showed me one.
Yeah, I grabbed one. I'm like, ugh, that'll hurt you.
Yeah, it is nasty.
Yeah.
Live from New York is going to Reno.
Ooh, Reno.
Chasing the snow. So you're going out there to ski, I presume? Tahoe. He's going to Lake Tahoe.
Ah.
Nice. That'll be nice. I've never been to Tahoe. Been to Vegas a few times. I just finished my last parts to print for a wallet. I printed in 3DX Tech. Excuse me. Excuse me. Anyway, ABS-CF and Prusament, PETG. Interesting.
A wallet.
A wallet.
Cool.
Chris, John here. Want to upgrade my MK8 hot end on my CR10 S5 printer. What is the best all metal hot end / extruder for the money right now?
Well, as everyone at my employer likes to tell me, it depends. So there's a ton of cool stuff for that Creality design. I don't know the CR10S5, but there's a lot of cool drop-ins for that. Like basically a straight swap out. And just because I know them and I know their stuff, the first place that I would go if I was looking to do a straight swap would be Micro Swiss. Micro Swiss has some really cool, even like some high flow stuff that bolts directly up to that Creality platform. If you're wanting to go extruder and hot end, I'd really look at that NG from Micro Swiss. It is really cool, kind of spendy, but they hand make all those parts. I mean, they mill all those parts right there in Minnesota or whatever, and they're top quality. That's probably what I would do because it is such an easy swap. They let you use all your own fans and all that. You don't have to do a lot of wiring. So I would look there first, but also like Slice Engineering, I think they have some drop-in parts now. And if you really wanted to go crazy, and get everything brand new, man, on extruders, I don't know, there's so many low-cost options now. Like you can get into like orbiter extruders. That's probably what I would do is if I wanted to go custom, I wouldn't worry about the hot end so much. Because I mean, there's so many good low-end hot ends. Like you can get into Revos that are mountable like Creality with just the 2 bolts that go down to the top. But I would check out the orbiter probably. Try to simplify it, make it a little smaller, get rid of some of that mass. But drop-in is definitely the way to go, I think, on that style. So just my opinions.
Alrighty.
And lots of them, right? I can go for days.
Somebody says Mike says I recommend putting Captain tape over the bed magnets. The glue comes loose over time.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
I have had one of those fall out before. And they do kind of go rogue. You don't know exactly what they're going to do. So that's a good tip. I'm not sure exactly what they fill those with. Go ahead.
RS Makes says he had softball size hail a while back. Where do you live, RS Makes?
That'll like ruin your whole house. Softball size hail.
I just found 2 fell out of my MK3S. 2 magnets fell out.
Wow. God, this box. This is all the extra wire that I cut off of things, and I just threw it in this box.
He lives in New York.
Spaghetti. In New York.
That's nasty out there. Or not out there. Like, that hail is wicked. And it was raining really hard, and it was and it hailed later that night.
There has to be some grim metric out there of how many people a year are killed by hail. I bet you it's a fair amount.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Let's go with this one.
Used filament boxes, the ultimate storage solution.
You telling me?
Bet he's got underneath his table there. He's got a whole bunch of them.
I build
all lined up.
I build shelves just to fit filament boxes because there's so many.
Well, it's a good box.
Yeah. And I don't have to throw it away.
You don't have to throw it away. Those Big Tree Tech boxes with the little magnet strip in them, and those are really nice. I don't like throwing them away, but I mean, what are you going to do with them?
They're so adorable.
Nothing. Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time, but I love containers. There's something about containers, like, bottles that stuff comes in, and packaging is fun to me for some reason. But yes, those little boxes with the clasps and stuff on them, I want to keep them all. But
I do too.
I know all of this wiring is super riveting, but I'll try to make it as entertaining as possible.
I'm chilling with your stream and designing a case to hold my 7-inch touchscreen ready for my Core XY build, which will be running Clipper and Clipper screen with a little Benchy emoji.
Benchy emoji. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for hanging out while you're doing all of this awesome creating.
I put a slice bimetal heat break and orbiter on my CR105 S5, and it works amazing.
There you go. That's a great combo.
Yeah. Not sure of the results using a Big Tree Tech magnetic box for an engagement ring. I'd like the box better than the ring. No, I don't know. 3DHP says hello.
Hello.
Joel says I have bottles and containers saved from all kinds of food products. You never know what you need. I do like the what is that bottle that I don't know. There's a few like I don't know what I can't think of anything right now, but like it comes in a really nice bottle, like an old-timey pill bottle, and I love it.
Well, in those
But-
bottles, like and it's not just booze, but that's a common one. But anything that looks like I could send a message over the ocean in it, I have to
That's
keep
right.
it.
That's
And it's
right.
got a little cork, and it's just I don't know. I can't help myself.
Yeah, I like it. I like the bottles with corks in them.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
How they get you.
So. Hello, Jose.
I always end up using this one size of heat shrink. I have all these odd sizes just sitting around that I never use. I'll probably get away with half of this.
Crown Royal bags. We got a few of those laying around
Yeah,
here.
there's a few. Never been a huge Crown Royal person, but the container is very nice.
The bag is good.
Yeah.
And I used to work in a bar, and we'd have bags coming out our ears. A customer, save those bags for me. All right. But if you wanted a Crown Royal bag, they were easy to come by.
Kind of a weird week. It's like I feel like that there was a ton of stuff that happened, but I can't remember any of it.
Well, let's see. We went on vacation
We did.
the week before. We went to Surprise, Arizona, and watched spring training, Royal spring training. And we had a really good time. Goodness, I got
I'm telling you.
it's the
I got the
allergy.
same thing this morning.
Anyway, we went to Surprise, right? And we had a great time. We lost the first game. Got rained out the second game. When we drove to Scottsdale, went from Surprise to Scottsdale, and got rained out. So we went to the aquarium instead, which was good. And then we won the last game back in Surprise. We won the last game. It was fun. We could walk. We walked. Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice weather, that's for sure.
It was really nice weather. It was about 70 degrees, which seems like here in Missouri, 70 degrees is a little chilly, but there in Arizona, it's 70, no wind, and the sun is really, really hitting you. So it's nice and toasty in the sun. I mean, you do get a little warm in the sun, but it was just really nice. We walked. I love that we could walk to the field. That was really great. So,
Yeah, it was pretty. It's kind of a like surprise Arizona. I believe they were out. They headed out there in like 2005 or something. They've been there for a little while, but it's a very sleepy little town, and there's pretty much nothing there. I mean, in that little area there by the fields, But yeah, I mean, you can just kind of walk down there and.
well, I mean, 10 minutes from the hotel to the gate, but it's so flat. It's just really nice. And I was telling my mother, about there's something about the elevation there in Arizona so we're at about 600 feet here in Missouri. and it's humid here, so the humidity kind of affects your breathing. And then Arizona, they're about 2,000 feet, particularly in Surprise, they're about 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
And it's very dry. And I just found, and it's very flat too, which is good for us. But I found it was breathing was easier
It's
out
very,
there.
very arid.
Yeah, it is very arid, but the air, dusty, but easier to breathe. We would walk. Took a walk after breakfast every day. Very nice area.
It was the Odyssey Aquarium, and it was it was an aquarium you probably all have these, but these mega outdoor malls, like usually you'll have like a Nebraska Furniture Mart and they'll tack a casino on it or whatever. It was kind of this style of thing, so I wasn't expecting much because most of it's just like rinky dink, oh, come in to see this, we're going to charge you $50 a person, that kind of thing. But this thing was super impressive for an aquarium, because I'm kind of an aquarium nut. Like, I like to go places and then go to their aquarium. But I wasn't expecting a ton, but they really pulled it off. They had some pretty cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
They had the biggest octopus that I have ever seen in my life.
He was cool.
He was huge.
Big red one.
Yeah.
Or orange, kind of orange. Well, they changed color. But
yeah,
he was neat.
Very cool.
You had to look for him though. Bit of a Where's Waldo. But he was in the shadow of a rock.
Yeah.
So he was right there up front, but if you weren't looking, because he was blended in, it was really cool.
Well, and we've been to like national aquariums, like big deal aquariums, and I've still never seen an octopus that big.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
You can see him breathing.
And they had like this robot, well, not like robot, but like it was an automated ride, like where they spun you around to different aquariums.
Oh, that was neat.
It was kind of odd, but really cool. Again, for like a strip mall style aquarium.
Yeah, they did good.
Yeah.
I was impressed, and it was raining and nasty, and it was a good way to spend the afternoon. Get out of the rain.
Yeah,
it was a good way to spend the afternoon.
Something to do.
Well, and we had a feeling that we were going to get rained out. We found something to do, and that was good for me. Somebody had some questions here. While we're
with all my aquarium talk, I'm missing.
Well, no, Arizona talk.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see here.
Why is this one so short? Did I grab? Do they make a sensor? I really
Does
don't
anyone have any experience with modular Y-plate upgrade?
Modular Y-plate? I don't know that I know of one of those. I do not. I don't have any experience with one.
Somebody else had a question, but maybe... Oh, Musical Instrument Museum in Scottsdale. That would have been neat. Huh. We mostly just went to ball games. Anyway, we hit a ball game every day, and that was pretty nice. And Salvi and Witt Jr. played early in the games, right? So like they played the first half, and then they put the young guys out for the second half of the game. It was really fun though. I did like it because I liked it because there were more mistakes, right? Makes for a better game with those younger guys playing, more errors, and makes for a more exciting game. And and all new pitchers too. None of the pitchers, I didn't recognize any of the pitchers. They were all those young guys. So I hope that they make it.
It's fun to see that, like, and I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I do like watching baseball occasionally. It's fun to go to baseball and, have a sausage and a funnel cake and, a giant beer and spend $1 million. But it's fun to do once in a while, and our park is relatively close. But it is fun to go out there and see these guys that don't even have numbers yet. They're like very young kids.
Yeah.
And all the goofy things that they've worked into their mechanics. That's one of the best parts, is when you see these guys wind up to pitch and they've got this wild leg, like this kick that's like eye level. You know, when they release.
Yeah, we had fun with that guy. he was he was a kicker.
There was a couple, man, that were that especially that I don't even know what that kid's name was. Again, he didn't even have a number yet.
Yeah, he was just a kid,
But
young. They all look about 12.
it was kind of
And
interesting to
yeah,
watch his.
he had
He had quite the method.
a kick there. I mean, they all kind of do a little turn, right? When they throw the ball, their leg kind of pivots around and
Yeah.
for momentum, but this guy had a snap at the end that kind of he could have kicked himself in the face.
Yeah, it was
It was
impressive.
quite the he didn't I don't even know that he lasted an inning. I think he got maybe 10 pitches maybe. He didn't last very long. Got to work on that leg, kid.
Well, and you know, I don't want to say anything bad about that kid, but he definitely put more work into that kick than he probably should have.
Mm.
So I don't know. Plus, you know, how nervous would you must be
Well,
when
and that could be too that he didn't even that he's just messed.
there's
like,
probably somebody that's been trying to work that kick out of him for years.
He regressed.
Yeah.
Same old Shane is here. Hi, same old Shane.
Shane is here, one of my favorite humans.
What smooth rods and bearings are you using?
They are. I believe LDO made the smooth rods back in the day. Again, when Bear Builds were a thing, were a lot bigger thing. You could get different colored or powder coated smooth rods, and that's what these are. They're black. And holy crap, the wire came off of this fan. Yeah. Anyway, they're black. So they're regular smooth rods that have been powder coated. We'll see how long that coating lasts. But that's what those are. And then the bearings are just extremely inexpensive LMU bearings from AliExpress. Just stuff I had in the bin over there.
There you go. So yes, we had a lovely time in Surprise, Arizona. It's nice, and the weather was nice, and everything, except for the day we got rained out. They have like freak thunderstorms there. They just sort of come out of nowhere, and they're only in like a 10-foot square area. I had not really seen it. I mean, I guess my dad lived in Texas for a while, and occasionally we'd have those. But this seemed more, I don't know. It was weird, very isolated, and yeah, just sort of isolated pockets of thunderstorms.
It's weird to be in a
drive
place,
out of it.
It's weird to be in a place when the rain starts coming down, and it doesn't go anywhere. It just hits the flat ground, and there it is.
Yeah,
It's almost like splashing up back at you.
Yeah.
And that's something that we don't experience.
No, our wind comes at an angle, or our
Really?
rain because of the wind. There's no wind,
Right.
so it
kind of
really
odd.
and really they probably don't have the. I mean, there were storm drains and stuff. Well, maybe I don't recall. Were there any storm drains?
There were, but not like here.
Yeah, no, they don't have a place to put the rain like we do.
Well,
So.
I just going out there, I kind of assumed they didn't have any. It's like
Well, yeah.
it's like a 4-day a year type of thing, right? Because it is
Mhm.
kind of deserty there.
Well, it is spring,
Yeah.
so
Well, you flip through the news in the hotel or whatever, and they're like, "What caused the freak weather yesterday in Arizona?" And I'm like, "Freak weather? What?"
Who saw Dune Part 2?
Not me.
I'm in Indiana. You can be drowning and look at a red light on the other side of the intersection and be bone dry.
I don't know how it feels here.
That happened to him. Yeah, I did too, Andrew, and I liked it also. Kind of they left it open for a third movie. The guy that I couldn't tell you who directed this Dune, but he says he's interested in doing another movie or writing another movie, but it's going to be years. But the whole series takes place over a millennia, so there's 6 books. You could really Yeah.
stretch out this content.
we could go on and on and on. I liked it too, though. I thought it was really good. A little different from the books, but not necessarily anything that, I mean, I didn't feel like there was anything there that was really so different that it ruined it, you know. I thought it was good. I'll be watching for part 4. Becky thinks she's going to try to read the books.
Hmm.
I mean, you know, she's
Sounds
a
like a
reader.
daunting
That's my
task.
friend Becky. But she says she wants to read the books. Did I get the popcorn bucket? I did not. It was just me. I didn't do that. And it kind of creeped me out. B&B Theater didn't offer it either. I go to B&B Theater. AMC was the only one that offered the bucket. But I did get a free popcorn and a free pop. So that was kind of nice. And then, yeah, so there you go. Saw Dune 2. What else this week? My birthday. I had a birthday, everyone.
See, I'm just sitting here thinking that nothing happened.
Tuesday was my birthday. We had Chopper Chicken, Price Chopper, the grocery store.
Clapping for your birthday.
Yay, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We had the grocery store close to us does fried chicken special on Tuesdays, and it was so good. Anyway, we don't get it very often, you know, it's not on the diet. Bleh. Anyway, though, but thank you, everybody. And so we had fried chicken on Tuesday night, and it was delicious. And then and I think I got us some cookies too. So we had some cookies for dessert.
It does feel like that I've been eating a lot recently. So
We have been. We're on spring break.
it's definitely birthday time.
Monday's gonna be a shocker for you.
Mm.
We're going back on the wagon on Monday, but not until then. And then Wednesday night, I went to a local Italian place with my girlfriends. Kansas City has a very prominent Italian culture here, so I went to an Italian restaurant. I went to Casconi's and had the chicken limonata is their signature dish, and it's a cream base dish. So it's a lemony Alfredo sauce, and so good. And it was half price off a bottle of wine night, so we got a nice bottle of wine for a mid-range price. It was very good. And says, do you know about Hexo? I don't. What is Hexo? Hexo, other than the tray, Steve's tray.
I don't like these as much. There's a better type of connector for these beds.
Anyway, though, and then we went and got girls took me to Casconi's, and we had dinner. It was nice, just me and my close girlfriends. And that's it. I'm sure there'll be more birthday celebrating. Chris's mom's birthday was on the 8th, so we'll have to do something with her. We share a birthday. It's a Play Store slice.
Play Store slice.
Slicer, excuse me.
Slicer. No, I don't know about that, but I would be interested. Whatever happened to that one that E3D was putting together? What was that called? Something IO? I don't remember. No, I've never heard of that. I'd check it out though.
There you go. So that was it. Birthday festivities. We had a good night. Chris grilled some steaks last night. First big grill of the season. And they were delicious.
They were tasty.
And I have the stomach ache to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get a 3D printer in a present from Chris? No, he did not gift me
She did get a 3D printer. She just doesn't know it.
Yeah. He's borrowing it.
Yeah, I'll break it in for you.
Yeah.
Let you know.
So, and then tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Who's having corned beef and cabbage?
Gonna be good.
Yeah, corned beef and cabbage and the crock. Well, we haven't decided if we're crock potting or if you want to make it yourself.
Welcome to your next stomach ache.
Yeah, all the 3D printers are hers. He just uses them. That's exactly right.
Just breaking them in.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure they work good.
Thank you, Ava. So corned beef and cabbage tomorrow. And I'm gonna make some. I found a recipe for some Guinness soda bread. So, and it's like a dark bread, so similar to it, like a pumpernickel. It's not a pumpernickel, but it's similar to a pumpernickel bread. It's got rolled oats and brown sugar in it instead of regular white sugar, and also some Guinness, bottle of Guinness. So, yeah, making soda bread. And I like those quick breads too. They turn out real good. And then yeah, crock pot, corned beef and cabbage. I got us a cookie, like a sugar cookie from the grocery store. Just like one of those 3-inch cookies that we'll share. Has a little beer stein on it, and it says "Good luck."
She's got it all figured out.
I am a very festive person. I don't know if you knew that about me, but I'm fested. Smoked brisket yesterday. Gonna keep me fed for a while. Now that sounds good. Already on food. We're discussing St. Patrick's Day. Not quite.
Well,
Actually, no, we've been talking about food.
every event involves food.
That's true. So there you go. And I did buy the stuff. I'm going to attempt to make us some black and tans. Oh, we don't say black and tan. We say half and half.
Half and half.
Yes, black and tan is offensive to Irish folks because
Oh, well, I didn't even know.
they were let's see, that somebody should know the story.
I don't even know what to be offended by anymore. What do I have? Man, it feels
Somebody
like I don't have
knows.
any
Yeah,
points.
it's not a big deal. Well, I mean, black
Depends
and
who you ask.
tan is the nickname given to the British paramilitary force, largely made up of English World War I veterans, formed to suppress the Irish independence movement in 1920 and 1921. Little history for y'all. But so,
Oh,
out of respect for Irish folks, say half and half,
half and half.
because black and tans are the oppressors.
Well, you learn something new every day.
There you go. Somebody says black and tans were another name for the Violet Royal Irish Constabulary Reserve. Constabulary. You know what I'm saying. Constable. Reserve force sent by Britain into Ireland in the 20s, and the drink is considered offensive.
I'm ashamed. Just be
Yeah.
offended by everything.
He didn't know that. He had to Google it. I Googled it too. Yeah. Mostly in Northern Ireland. There we go. We got people chiming in. So we say half and half. We're making half and halves
All right.
with the leftover Guinness. I needed 2 of them. We had 4. So here we go.
Well, you can't be pouring Guinness
Well,
out.
It's St. Patrick's Day. We're not wasting anything.
I'm sure St. Patrick's Day isn't offensive to anyone. I don't know.
I don't know.
It seems like a bad idea all around.
It's a
But I'm
Catholic
for it.
holiday.
I'm
I mean,
for
you're
it.
supposed to go to mass. So anyway, no real big plan, making bread, and then I bought corned beef hash. Also, the beer is a meal. Yes, it is. We'll have that for an appetizer. Anyway, though, I did buy corned beef hash. I bought a big can of corned beef hash. We'll see how it goes. I've never made it. I've never bought it. I was surprised that it even was at the store, but they have it in the canned meat section, right? Like
That's my
with the
favorite
tuna
section.
and the it's in there with the tuna and the
I do love canned meat.
canned chicken and canned salmon, like it's in the canned meat section. So I got us a can of corned beef hash, and I figured corned beef hash with some runny eggs and some toast. I mean, I don't think I'm going to go nuts. Well, a little nuts. It's a day of eating. And then, so that'll be good. Deviled ham. So.
Well, I thought I liked these connectors. Maybe I don't like these connectors. They need to be a little bigger.
What is that line from, Joel? Meat in a can, put there by a man. I know that line. Where's that line from? You know it?
Well, I mean, like the President's Peaches song is about
Is that it?
is
Is that
put there
that?
by a man in a factory downtown.
Well, maybe. But that's about peaches.
Yeah.
That's a line from some. Peaches. He's saying peaches.
Well, there's a more specific ring connector that I actually like to use on these beds. I thought I had a bunch of them. These aren't the exact one that I want. All connectors look a lot alike, but they're not all alike.
There you go. Peaches come. And now I'm going to sing.
Oh.
In a can, they were put there by a
Demonetized.
man in
We're-
a factory
that's it.
downtown.
Now we can't monetize.
Oh, whoops. I don't own the song. Does that help?
No.
Oh.
YouTube.
I hope I don't get busted.
You know, it's very impressive how good YouTube is at taking any part of a song and hashtagging you for it. Or what do they call it? Something
Well,
tagging
darn
you
it.
for it.
Um,
Yeah, but
I was baited.
yeah,
It's not my
I was
fault.
baited. I'll let you negotiate with YouTube when they call. I didn't know.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I hope so. Sorry, YouTube, and sorry for the presidents of the United States.
They're not going to get their 43 cents out of this.
Yeah. Joel says he's sorry for baiting me. As well, you should be. You should know better. No, I gotta sing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do to him all the time.
Mm-hmm. Remember that peace? Remember, kids, when we used to stream and it was peaceful and we just stood here, did nothing?
Those days are
Back in the
over
day.
now. Yeah.
They're gone.
Are you interested in CNC machines? Have you seen the Millennium machines? Milo V1.5 kit. LDO Motors has a kit.
Yeah, I was interested in that, and I saw people were starting to stream it and everything. I don't know where I am on the list for something like that, but I guess they're kind of hard to come by.
Somebody says you were off key enough that YouTube will never know that you were singing. Thanks.
Good.
So don't worry about it. They don't recognize that as singing.
Well, just tell them you dropped something on your foot.
Funny.
All right.
So anyway, that's the plan. And then on Monday, back on the diet. Boo. But I'm pretty sure that I've put on, even over the last 2 weeks. You probably did all right. You probably lost weight. But
That's my fault.
I'm jealous. So jealous. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. Back on it, though. I wish LDO stuff was more readily available.
Yeah, me too. What did I do?
What do you know about this Milo V1.5 kit?
Well, I know that it looks cool. I think I
Mhm.
broke the LED on this. Hopefully you don't need that to make it work. It looks cool. I mean, it's like a little it's print the parts, but it's a pretty substantial little mill set. Like the table moves and it has a head for cutting and all that. So, I mean, it's a cool looking kit, but I know Jason, they had like so many kits and they were gone like instantly. So maybe at some point, I mean, it'd be a cool build. It'd be something fun to do other than 3D printers. But we have so much stuff going on. Adding something else to the mix is always challenging, but it would be kind of fun. So we'll see. Yes, I am. But to answer your question, I am interested in it.
LED is not an important part.
Excellent. Because it's a goner now.
LDO V2.4 350 is here, and he's real happy with it. Mike Newcomb is real happy with it.
Nice.
Live from New York has Voron 2.4 with an LDO kit, and he likes it.
LDO makes good stuff.
Yeah. Well,
This is moving much slower than I thought it would, but hey. When there's things to talk about like corned beef, what do you expect me to do? Work faster?
tomorrow's going to be a very big day for us.
Oh,
So,
I just heard something break. I'm not feeling the quality of this bed. What is that? Why would that be? Hopefully it's the plastic part. You should be able to torque it down more than that. Oh, it's the part that broke. Phew!
somebody mentioned the Ghostbusters has a popcorn bucket now. We'll take this. I am interested in that. That comes out next week. I think I'm going to make Chris go with me.
What's that one called again?
Frozen something.
I might have to... Actually, maybe it's in the box over here. I might have to print another part for that.
Oh, AMC's. Oh, honey, it's in the shape of one of those traps.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure it costs $4 million, so we'll have to have one.
Well, our buddy,
Mind.
Andrew Rogers will get it.
Yeah.
Get one, and you're a popcorn bucket kind of guy, and he sent us that picture with the with the Dune popcorn bucket. All right. Cam for CNC is not as easy as slicing. There is a learning curve. It's cool to hold a part you machined from a chunk of aluminum or steel.
Yes, there is I've attempted it many times, doing cam and trying to figure out the reverse, right? Because cam, you're working subtractive versus additive, and my brain, I have a hard time converting from 3D printing to cutting away, like in that aspect. I've never really found any software that clicked in my head to make it easier. I can get the job done, but it seems so painful. So I agree with you. It's not the easiest thing for me to do.
Why am I getting this error in Prusa Connect? It was just working. Could not connect to Prusa Connect. H401 missing or invalid API key.
Maybe they're working on it. They do maintenance on that thing all the time. Hopefully it will just fix itself here in a minute.
Andrew could probably get me a Dune bucket. I don't need one. The idea of sticking my hand in that thing just really bothers me.
I don't know why you're so hung up on this.
Somebody pointed a similarity out to me, and I have not been able to shake it.
Some things you just don't need to know.
Yeah, it's dirty.
And 312.
So
What else was like? Oh yeah, spacer. I feel like by the time I get everything that I need for these builds, the stream's over.
I'm trying to dial in some PETG filament. What are the first things to tweak to reduce stringing? Would it be temp or retraction?
Motorhead Mitch is here. What's up, Mitch?
Hi, Mitch. Hello.
What's the condition of the filament? Even if you just got it out of the box, how humid is it where you are? Because that's the first thing I would do if it was stringing, is dry it. Dry it at about 65°C for around 6 hours. And that usually clears up pretty much any problem that you're going to have.
Yeah.
Now, on top of that, it depends what brand it is, but I wouldn't mess with retraction. The less retraction that you're dealing with PETG, the better. Also, depending on what printer you have, Linear Advance is going to treat PETG differently because of the retraction. So, temperature first. Reduce that a bit. But it kind of all depends on what brand it is and what condition it's in. So that's the main the main things to look out for first. So silicone tube mod, I'm going to cut some standoffs out of this tube, and we're going to use that to screw the bed down to the Y plates. I have a video on this, but it makes the plate very adjustable, and it's easy to do. So that's what we're going to do right now. And what do I need? 9, 3, 6, 9. I need 8.
There you go.
What else we got?
Nothing. It's been a pretty big week for us. For me, anyway.
I'd say it's
And
good. I had to go back to work after my vacation, so, you know.
Yeah, you worked all week.
People are irritating me accordingly.
Yep.
Really, I haven't had a lot of time to 3D print anything awesome to show you.
Yeah, well, and it's hard to get back into the swing of things after, after vacation. So
It is. Printed solid. I'm actually supposed to be getting some parts today for some builds.
sweet.
I've been waiting on those this week. 6. I'll probably have this piece of silicone tube until I die. I could do like a dozen printers with this 1 meter length.
I have the Prusa MK3S. It's very humid, and I forgot to bag the filament up when I went away for a week. I'll
Yep.
look at drying it. Thanks.
Yep.
There we go.
Gonna have to dry it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Mark III will print it beautifully though if you can get some of that moisture out of it. So you should be all set.
There you go.
I still haven't done the whole drying filament in the clothes dryer yet. I was all
Is
geared
that
up
a
to do.
possibility?
I don't know.
suppose. Does it get hot enough?
I doubt it. Like, depending on the filament, we talked about that on one of these streams. It could be done. It's probably not a good idea, but I still want to try it one of these days.
How hot does your filament dryer get?
Fahrenheit, you can get it to almost like 150, around 70 C.
You don't want it much hotter than that, though, right?
Yeah, you don't want to put all filament in there at that temperature. It
I
would
think
end up
that
being
the
a pile of
dryer
goo.
would get to 150 degrees.
I want to say clothes dryers are around 120.
Oh,
somewhere
well,
in there?
and especially like if you have like an HP type. Seems like all of them now are.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that was probably max on a clothes dryer. They don't
Yeah.
get much hotter than that.
Low on your dryer is 130
130.
degrees.
Okay, so a little hotter than
So
I
you
thought.
it's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be the low temp convection. You need the air blown over it. 120 to 140, everybody's
There you go.
temped out. I can't believe you haven't temped out our dryer,
Well, I
honey.
did,
Everybody
but
else seems to have temped out their dryers.
I did, but I can't remember what it said.
Be very inefficient.
Oh yeah, oh, extremely.
Yeah.
But funny.
Yeah. What if your clothes dryer is a clothesline? Then you're out of luck.
It's gonna be a little more difficult.
Yes.
This first one's easier to do on its side.
Yep. Does anybody watch basketball? We got lots of basketball people around here in Kansas City. We got the Big 12 here, and and I believe today is opening day for the KC Current, that women's soccer league over there in that Riverfront Park, that new one. So that'll be nice.
Not saying that I don't like basketball, because I like what everyone else likes. But when's that over?
In a couple of months. I mean, like, basketball's a really long season. I think they play well into the summer. But this particular, where March Madness and April, it'll be over in around April.
How's NASCAR doing? Mike,
where are you?
I was talking to Mike, and he said that we were getting out of Phoenix just in time for the race. So I guess it was later that weekend or something.
Yeah. Somebody said to wrap it in a blanket to protect the spool. Another person said they make shelves. Now we have one of those, don't we? The shelves that you can lay in the dryer.
That's what I was thinking. They make a shoe rack.
Mm-hmm.
So you throw it in there because ours is, as you can see, it's right over there in the office. You have this rack that you can lay. You can put it like it's like in the lint door. It has a foot on it, and then you can set stuff on there. And that's what my plan was. But I got lots of plans. I don't always execute.
Hey, Ricky. Tanner 3D's here.
Ricky's here.
Anyway, I don't see a lot of basketball fans. If it's on, I'll watch it. I don't really care about basketball. I do prefer college basketball to professional. Not for any particular reason. Well, just because it, like earlier with the baseball, it makes for a better game. The less experienced players, it makes for a more exciting game. So that's about it, though. And then, but opening day for the Royals is on the 28th. You have to test the dryer on another live stream. We can all watch the spool melt.
The guy over at, I believe Rob is his name. In fact, I know that's his name now that I recall. He's over at Vision Miner, and some of you might know that company. But I was communicating with him quite a bit there for a while about high temp filament and what are the possibilities for us to do this and that, because he's pretty knowledgeable about all that stuff. And he sent me some samples and all of that, and he's like, hey, we're CNC cutting metal filament spools so that you can put your filament, the real high temp filament, over on that, and then put that in your oven, so that you wouldn't melt the spool. And he's like, you need one of these. I'm like, all right. So he sent me one, and it is really, really cool, but I've never ever used it. It came in like a felt box. Like it was super impressive. But I never got the courage up to transfer filament over to it and then put it in the oven. So
well, that might be something you just put on display.
Yeah,
it's something you hang on the wall.
It's a really cool spool.
Now, where is it? Is it handy? Or
it's over there on the shelf somewhere.
Using a dryer to dry filament would use a lot of electricity. Yeah, it's better for a food dehydrator would be better. I agree.
Yeah, but if I made a video on it, the comments would be.
Oh, don't you want to see it?
Magnificence.
We do it because we can.
Yeah. At this point, there's really no should.
That would make a good short.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I can't just do things anymore. I have to consider the content that it will create.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everything you do, you have to share with the world now.
Mm-hmm. That's why I try not to do much. The only problem with this is you have to be like right on the end of the thread to get all of these lined up. But they are very easy to adjust after the fact.
Good.
How are we doing on time anyway?
It's 11:39.
I was going to say, I feel like I've spent way too much time on just a handful of wires.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the slow time for this, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you don't see a whole lot of progress while you're putting wires together.
Yeah. Oh, I need a nap this afternoon. I hate it when that happens. I know some of you guys probably know what I'm going through. I had a rich dinner, and I don't know what happened. I got up last night to get a drink of water, and I'll tell you, the second that water hit my stomach, I was having stomach pain. And I know it was acid reflux, but man.
You woke it up.
Oh, I did. I made it mad. And so You know, I ended up breaking down. Sometimes I can just take a Tums and it'll kind of sort itself out. Or if I'm tired enough, I just kind of go back to sleep and, deal with it. But I ended up breaking down and taking a shot of Pepto last night. See if I can get things to calm down. It was tough.
Pepto's good for everything.
That hadn't happened in a few years. But this is also, a rich dinner on top of a very rich dinner week, fried chicken, chicken limonada, every dessert, all the desserts. Oh, by the way, I had lemon cake on my chicken limonada birthday at Cascones. I had a slice of lemon cake and it is delicious.
You're just lemon crazy.
I do like lemon cake. Anyway, I just rough night. Would love to see a video from you on setting up a dual hot end in Marlin.
Yeah, I get the requests for that a lot. I've never done that. Well, I mean, I have done that, but we've just really touched on it. We really haven't done it because it's not as easy as you think it would be. We do plan, well, I don't know that I'm going to do Marlin or not, but we do plan on doing some IDEX stuff, but just dual hot ends, I don't know what machine I would even do that on. You never know, though. We might run into something.
Mike Newcomb recently bought a soldering iron off of AliExpress that runs on drill battery.
Oh, cool.
He finds it very convenient.
Yeah.
That would be very convenient.
I saw something else the other day.
I'm looking at your soldering iron. It's got a huge black cord on it.
Yeah, they kind of chain you to the table.
That's not a bad idea. I'll keep that in the queue for Christmas time.
There you go.
Was it expensive, Mike? Probably not. I mean,
Yeah,
$100 or whatever.
AliExpress, probably not super expensive.
Yes, we just missed the NASCAR races in Phoenix. So who races this weekend, Mike? Well, you were back to the keyboard, which means you're probably busy. So don't answer if you're busy in the middle of something. It's not important. I could look it up just as easy. So. It was around $40. Not bad. 3D printed housing. That's not bad at all.
All right. What are we doing?
The Weller. That Weller is expensive. What's a Weller?
That soldering iron.
What
is a
you
Weller.
have. That guy's expensive, huh? Pretty color, though. Look at that pretty light blue. Oh, you can't see it. It's a very nice powder blue color.
That Weller's cool and everything. It's a fine tip Weller, so it's good for PCBs and things like that. But I actually prefer that. Oh, what's the brand? I have one. It's blue. They're blue and yellow. You're gonna know it the second I tell you. They're blue and yellow. They got kind of a round shell on them. They're a little bit more affordable than Weller. I actually kind of prefer that one. It's a wider tip, but it's a lot more convenient. It heats up a lot faster.
Hacko.
That's it. Yep. Thank you.
Somebody a pencil, pine cell, Pinecil.
He's the pencil. He's talking about the small.
Oh.
Deal. Yeah. And it's good for some things, but kind of annoying for others. All right. What else? I guess we could go ahead and put like the LCD on and all that stuff before I finish. So the part fan and the hot end fan will have to be extended. So we need to do that. I got some printed parts over here I need to go get. Let's set up the board and stuff instead. I was coming over here. Oh, do I even have a screen? I think I still have an LDO screen somewhere. Yes. We do have a screen. Has anybody gotten any of their winnings yet? I'm guessing we're still
Oh,
waiting
that's a
on.
good question.
We're still waiting
I
on.
know that our buddy from the test print got his,
Good, good, good.
but I don't know about the Big Tree Tech winners.
I didn't know if they were going to ship from Amazon because they were all the US in the US. So I didn't know. Sometimes they'll just from Amazon and you get it fast, but
Yeah.
you might be waiting on a
I
long
don't
ship.
know. I'm not sure if any of those guys are on here even. Haven't really seen anybody.
Here's what I'm looking for. See if I can get every box.
Drag out all of your stuff, just like you do upstairs.
So I can put it all away.
If you plan on going MK 3.5 with Tech Bear frame, I upgraded my Prusa Bear to 3.5 and it works great.
Yeah, we could. I mean, that might be in our future. I'm actually kind of looking forward to they're LCD. Oh yeah, there are. So these are supposed to be 5s. I'm actually looking forward to doing some custom firmware, and I'm going to say this out loud, and you're probably going to find this hard to believe, but it's actually been a little while since I've done a custom firmware. And meaning like for myself, like something that I can just, oh, we need this and we need that. I do a lot of videos on that type of thing, but then I don't ever use that machine, right? It's like I did it for the video. Now, it's sitting over there on the floor somewhere. So I'm kind of looking forward to doing the firmware, enabling all the stuff. I haven't really dug in and looked at any of the new features or anything like that for a while. So looking forward to the custom part of the build. And then after that, maybe we'll consider like doing 3.5 or putting Clipper on it, or, who knows. We'll do something fun either way. These are, yes, but these will have to go on and hold the PCB first. So let's not do that quite yet. What about PSU? I was going to say, I know I printed those.
Other movies are coming out soon. The next on the list is Ghostbusters, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to that one.
Well, I mean, we talked about this with the... These are not the parts I'm looking for. These are not the droids I'm looking for. They'll work, but we talked about that as far as, summertime movies. The movie industry the last couple of years, it's been rough, but with the writer's strike and everything, how much do you figure will actually come out?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty slow. Now, some of the smaller outfits, like there was the A1 Studios, or some of the smaller outfits, and like Bloomhouse, and I believe negotiated early and fell into compliance with the demands of the Actors Guild. So we'll have some indie artsy fartsy movies this year and this summer. But a lot of that stuff, so I mean, like, and some of that stuff they sort of shift around. They make a whole bunch of movies ahead of time, and I don't know if that's really the case, but they make a lot of movies ahead of time, and then they shift around when they're going to release them. I'm sure they got it all figured out. Dune 2 is good. It's really good. And I like that lady, the one that plays Jessica. She was in Doctor Sleep. She played Rose the Hat in Doctor Sleep.
Oh.
And I like her. She's got a way about her. She's pretty cool. And I guess she's on this Apple TV show called Silo. I do not have Apple TV. If anybody has Apple TV, tell me what you think of Silo. But I did read those books, and the premise is very interesting. So, yeah, Dune 2. Not really seeing much here. I see Winnie the Pooh 2, Blood and Honey. That
I
looks
don't get that at all.
I didn't see the first one. Oh yeah. They got Godzilla versus King Kong coming out. Rebecca Ferguson, she is really good. I like her a lot. Yeah. She's cool. And she's quite the actress. I hope that Silo's good. They liked it. King Kong versus
Godzilla.
You know, I'm sure.
I don't know how to feel about that. You know, I grew up with those movies, like the original ones. So, and you watch them back now, and it's like, you know, not the greatest watch in the world. But there's so many different ones. But they're using it. I mean, a lot of those movies were purpose-based, right? They were trying to tell a specific story just on this really grand scale. And I think they're trying to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it. I mean, I guess because like the original Godzilla was they were trying to say, hey, you know, it was really bad that we got a bomb dropped on us. Let's not do that again. I mean, that was kind of the whole idea of that movie. So I get it, but I don't know what they're trying to do now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. If you want to go, I'll go. You know, I'm always good for some popcorn and caramel M&Ms. So we'll see. The 25th anniversary of The Phantom Menace is coming out this summer.
Seriously?
Yeah,
That was 25 years ago?
Yeah, may go see that. So there you go. Let's see. I've been missing some. I'd like to see someone compile MK 3.5 firmware for the Buddy mini board. Clones are very cheap, and it seems to be the same firmware repo.
I wonder what the difference in that board is.
Mm.
Clones are cheap, huh?
Yeah. Mike's youngest kid is living in Japan and is a huge Godzilla fan. Godzilla -1 is supposed to be pretty good. I'm not interested in the new stuff for the most part, though. Yeah. Caramel M&Ms in the popcorn. Now, if you wish, but I find that to be a little messy. So I like to do handful of popcorn, 3 or 4, and then, you know, and then M&Ms. Popcorn and then M&Ms. So you have to, and you get it that way. And it's delicious. It's really good. It's just the salty and sweet, and then you get a bucket of Dr. Pepper, and you got yourself a meal. And a stomach ache.
I don't know why my stomach hurts so bad
I
last night.
don't know either. Jeez, I can't sleep. Oh,
It's terrible.
my tummy hurts. I drink water, and now my stomach hurts. It must be the water.
Must be. I'm with you.
Yeah, double fisting M&Ms and popcorn. The good old days. You betcha. I do love me some Toho era Godzilla, though. My favorite is Godzilla versus Megalodon.
That's a good one. If same old Shane was here, he would he was here earlier, but he's big fan of all that stuff.
There is a mod on printables that will use the Mini Plus board and more on the MK3S Plus. Mike sugar and cholesterol numbers spiked. Yeah. Bucket of Dr. Pepper. Miss half the movie from the restroom break. Yeah.
It's a very delicate balance.
It is. It's true. And you have to find just the right time to go, too. So, Dune Dune 2, there was plenty of time for, it wasn't.
While they were whispering about everything.
They did a little bit of that too, just to,
Just so I could complain about
just say, well, a little throwback to the 1984. They do a little whispering. Lars wants to know if he missed anything. No. Did you miss anything?
Nah.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're talking about movies. Talking about Godzilla movies. Yeah. They used to show the old, is it Toho? Toho Godzilla films every Friday here in the UK. I watched them every week back in the day.
Yeah,
They
that
show
used to
'em
be a
on-
late night thing. Like they would show those old movies when I was very young. I don't know if that still exists or not, but
They show them on regular TV every once in a while, don't they? Weren't
Yeah.
they? Like on the, on the old analog.
once in a great while you'll see one.
Comet.
Comet, that's right. Yeah.
Which is just an analog channel here in the Toho. Thank you. Anyway, which is just the old analog TV here. They show Godzilla movies every once in a while. So, meh. I don't know. Like I said, I could take it or leave it. I'm not seeing anything right now. Now, there is one out currently, but I'll probably wait until that comes on streaming about a teddy bear that, not like Ted. It's not a funny movie. It's a scary movie where this teddy bear is influencing this young girl. You guys have ice cream cones with chocolate covers. They are in a packet. They call them Choco Cups.
What?
Here.
Where did this come from?
Oh, it's John. Hi, John. He wants to know if we have chocolate dipped. We do it like the ice cream shop. They might have them. Hello. They might have them at the grocery store. I've never looked. USA Up All Night. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
What was that gal's name? She
Gilbert
was real.
Godfrey.
Well, yeah, but
and
there was
then Elvira.
there was a. Oh man, now I'm gonna.
Choc Tops. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, Choco Taco used to be a thing. I don't know if the Choco Taco's still around.
Yeah, I think they quit making that.
Yeah. I copied and pasted. Did they show? No, you can email it to us, George, if you like. Yeah.
Lower mount.
Still have VHS
5.
tapes. USA Up All Night. Gilbert Godfrey. I remember that.
There was a gal that did it. Her name was like Rhonda.
Oh, they only sell them at the movie theaters now. Then we don't have that. Not in my movie theater anyway. Choco Taco was discontinued. Me too. Very sad. That was a sad day, and I didn't even really eat them that much. But it just seems wrong that they're gone. There's a childhood. You saw it.
They were always so springy.
Rhonda Shear.
Rhonda Shear. There you go. That's who I was thinking of.
Ricky dug that one out for us. There you go.
Rhonda Shear. Man. How do we get into these conversations?
I don't know. And I can't name one movie that was on USA Up All Night, but I do remember.
Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
That's a thing.
That was a movie that I watched on USA Up All Night once. I'll never forget it just because of the title. M510. Kind of piecing together my parts here. That's why it's taking much longer. Plus, we're talking about Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town.
Yeah, sorry. I can't. I mean, I watched it, but I don't remember anything from it.
It was mostly crap.
Oh, but that's the point,
Yeah.
right? So, Twilight Zone, the mini shows, yes. The Laugh Out Loud There was one where massive books were attacking people. Now, I do remember, like, the Blob, but not the super innovative 1950s version of the Blob. This was the crappy 80s version of the Blob, is the one that I saw. Attack of the Zombie Beavers, quality movie. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I was just getting ready to say that was
I'm dying to sing.
one that
It's boiling up the singing. Can I sing? No.
No.
Damn.
That was one
You all know the song
we definitely saw.
of the Killer Tomatoes. That's it.
Oh
Look, I
yeah.
can't help it. It's like Jimmy Jr. I gotta dance, Dad. I gotta sing.
You are something.
Well, what can I say?
All right. This table's getting tighter and tighter.
I saw the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. It was pretty good. Teacher would play it on Fridays. Yeah, it's just a silly, stupid movie, but it was something to watch. That was a scary movie.
Now, which one was that?
That's that Stephen King adaptation. That's a new one. Well,
It.
Equally scary for different reasons. There was It, the miniseries with Tim Curry, who is the only Pennywise. Well,
I was thinking
not the only. He did well. He was the best Pennywise. And then there was the Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård played Pennywise in the new It movies.
I wasn't thinking
He's scary
It.
too.
I was thinking The Thing.
Oh, The Thing.
Yeah. And then that made me think of a movie that I did watch on USA Awful Night, which was Swamp Thing.
Ooh.
Remember that one?
Yes. Tremors and Maximum Overdrive.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I gotta memorize. Tremors in particular. We watch that one all the time.
I love Tremors.
It seems like. Oh. Never mind. Sorry. Oh, George, were you talking to us? And yeah. Anyway, apparently, called Zombie Beavers. I've not heard of that one. But Maximum Overdrive, I've seen several times. Tremors, several times. Some scary stuff. We watched The Gate not too long ago. Do you remember that one? Where the kid opens a gate to an evil dimension in his backyard. And it's really bad. It was like an 80s movie. The Gate. I don't know. We watched that one, or I watched it not too long ago. We watched In the Heat of the Night with Sidney Poitier the other night. What did you think of that?
That had to have been like a 70s movie, right?
It's 1968.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
And I don't just have those things memorized. I remember seeing it, so.
it was okay. A little slow for me,
Yeah,
but I mean, I got what they were getting at, right? I mean, I get it.
yeah. What's the one with the kid and the sentient UFO? Flight of the Navigator.
Yeah. We watched that one not too long ago.
We did watch that one not too long ago. Probably It is one of the better Stephen King adaptations. I agree. Tremors versus Dune. Who would win? Tremors would have the numbers, but Dune's got the size. And I don't know, there could be a whole bunch of Dune worms. It wouldn't really matter. Seen a Maximum Overdrive Lego truck at Comic-Con last weekend. Did you go, Oh, I'll bet you Angie was beside herself at Kansas City Comic-Con. We just had it last weekend. And
you were saying that there was some pretty big names there.
there was Adam Savage was there, and Luke or not Luke, what's his name? The guy from Scream.
I never remember his name.
You'd know him if you saw him. Slow but a good movie. Yes, agreed. And I like Sidney Poitier. Although and I realize it was the 60s and they had a message, and the talk makes me a little uncomfortable. And I'm sure that that's the point, right? That the way that Sidney Poitier's character was treated. And I know that's the point. It's still, it's rattling. It'll rattle you. Yes. War Games with Matthew Lillard. Thank you, Jeremy. Matthew Lillard. Yeah. And he was there. There were some other good guys there too. And I saw that there was a whole lot of stuff, like really cool displays and stuff there. So Jeremy, did you have a nice time at Comic-Con? Did Angie have a nice time at Comic-Con? Yeah, War Games with Matthew Broderick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good one. And Ali Sheedy, right? Ali Sheedy?
I think so.
Yeah. Just a quick question. Got TMC 2208 stepper drivers and recently bought 17 HS 4401 stepper motors. The motors have a rated current of 1.7A. Can I get along with them?
Yeah.
Yes. The entire premises of that movie is tic-tac-toe save the world. Yeah. Oh, Jeremy knew him from Scooby-Doo. That's right. He played Shaggy.
Oh yeah, he did.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He did Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you guys seen Five Nights at Freddy's?
Was he in that?
Yeah, he played the main bad guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's much older now.
Five Nights at Freddy's. And I'm going to say it's not good, but it's not bad either. It was not a complete waste of time. So there you go. Oh, oh my God. That movie was heartbreaking. Project X with Matthew Broderick, where they were experimenting on the chimpanzees going to space and exposing them to radiation. And
Oh,
it was awful.
with
I mean,
with the circus apes, the
Yeah.
guy, the one that was
where
smoking
they were
and
doing
all that.
sign language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so sad.
Yeah. I don't mean to gloss over your Red Dawn. I don't mean to gloss over your stepper driver question. Yes, 1.75 would be fine. I mean, that motor's a little small. Just mind your current. You know, it sounds stupid, but if you can hold your finger on it, then the current's not that high. If you can hold it on there for a couple of seconds, I mean, they're going to get warm no matter what, but if you can hold it on there for a couple of seconds, it's probably not that high. But that sounds like a really bad way to do anything, but it is kind of, I don't know, that's kind of what I do. So they should work just fine though. You shouldn't have any problems with it. Just mind your current.
Yes.
And it'll tell you when the current's too high. It'll start skipping and going crazy.
Hello, Chris Travis. Welcome. Red Dawn. Now I have to do it. Avenge me. You guys remember that part, right? Avenge me.
That's the only part anyone remembers.
Yeah, it's the best part. He's hanging on the fence. Anyway, yes, Matthew Lillard was in the movie Hackers. He played serial killer, as in likes to eat cereal, because that's what those cool kids did back then.
Mm-hmm.
Hackers.
The best movie he's ever been in though is 13 Ghosts.
You liked that one?
I love 13 Ghosts. It's a horrible movie.
Weird Science. Very good movie. Yeah, it was, I mean, you know, it was good. Spooky. But, you know, like if you have a good premise, I mean, you got, you know, and I thought 13 Ghosts had a good premise.
I can't believe I remembered that
That's a good one.
off the top of my head. Awesome.
Yep.
So we're just, you know, we'll do some stuff 3D printing. 22, and I'm gonna run 2209s, which I have to go find, in UART mode. So there's your jumper. And I'm also going to use sensorless homing on X and Y, and I believe the SKR3 has a mini jumper. Yeah, they do. Right there. So we're gonna have to add that for X and Y, just to keep you up to date with what we're doing here.
Yeah. John, you're talking about Project X still, right? Yeah, that's the radiation from suicide. I can't talk about it. Gets me all choked up. I loved the house in 13 Ghosts. Yeah, it's neat.
Well, I like the creativity they put into
Ooh,
with
there
the
you go.
monsters. Like
Hollow Man. Huh?
creating all of the characters. I think that's what I like about it.
Hollow Man. Yes, Angelina Jolie was in Hackers.
Of course she was.
It's
the only reason to watch it.
I love to hate her. I don't know. She's something else. She's a weird one. Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. That was a good one. And so was The Invisible Man with that lady from Handmaid's Tale, whose name is Yeah, but the Invisible Man was really good too. Like
It was okay.
Kevin Bacon Hollow Man version, they actually found a way to like change his genetic makeup to make him invisible, and it made him go crazy.
Spoilers.
Sorry. But in the Invisible Man, it was a suit with a bunch of cameras and reflective gear that made him invisible. Very strange. Burnt Offerings. I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Let's see what we got here.
We need some stepper drivers.
Yeah, I don't know this one. Burnt Offerings. Ooh, an old one though. All right, it's on
22.9.
on Amazon Prime. I might check it out. We'll see.
22.9.
Looks like one that might,
one.
Stranger Things. I love, and we're supposed to have the last season here. Supposed to have the last season of Stranger Things here eventually. The kids will be about 25 by then, but what the hell? Stretch the imagination a little bit. Ghost in the Machine. I remember that one. And Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah. It's, it's fine. Gone in 60 Seconds is good. That was a horrible movie. Somebody said Burnt Offerings is a horrible movie.
I don't know that one.
I'll have to watch the trailer. We'll see. I don't know. I couldn't watch. I didn't want to turn the sound on. We discussed, now this is a movie that comes up quite a bit when Chris and I are discussing movies that should be seen, is the movie Duel. Do you all remember that movie Duel? About the guy in the desert. And I believe it was Spielberg's first movie. Somebody said they heard Linda Hamilton will be in Stranger Things. That might be interesting.
Say what?
Yeah. Duel though, and like I said, Steven Spielberg's Berg's first movie, and what makes this movie so special is that you don't actually see the bad guy. The bad guy it's a vehicle, as opposed to, and it's the first time something like that has been like offered up. So check that one out. Duel. The Fifth Element. We love The Fifth Element. When it's on, we watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Corvette Summer. I don't know that one.
Corvette Summer. I've seen that. What
familiar?
is that one? Yes. Very familiar.
Let's see what we got here.
You had to have seen that.
It's an 80s movie.
Yeah.
Annie Potts is in it. Mark Hamill. Oh, it's got Luke Skywalker and Annie Potts in it.
You've had to have seen
check
that.
this one out. Corvette 1978. The Thing 1982. Duel was sick. Yes. Well, I assume you mean that in a good, creepy way.
Yeah, he does.
Mothman Prophecies. Oh, I liked that one. We have to check out Corvette Summer.
Oh,
I'm intrigued. I'm gonna write it down.
Movie.
I'm writing it down. Duel and then E.T. Yes.
Oh, E.T. I can't watch
That movie
E.T.
gets me. I can only watch it. Every 10 years maybe. It's not. Oh my gosh, that one gets me. The Fly, the original Fly with Vincent Price, or The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum is super creepy in that. I can
That was
almost
sort
not
of a
watch it.
breakout role for him.
He's a weirdo anyway, but that movie, I don't know. It's just a little much for me. And I do like Jeff Goldblum.
I liked it, yeah. Well, and yeah, he's just an odd duck. But and now he's gotten weirder as he's gotten older too. He's very strange.
Very quirky.
Yeah, he is. But whatevs. I did like The Fly though. Very good. Gina Davis, love her. Oh, Shane. The movie, I have yet to see the whole thing, is the Western called Shane. Did you? Never seen it. I know the movie. I never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recall anything about it.
Yeah.
I watched Fistful of Dollars the other day again, though. That's one of my
You
favorite
like that
movies.
one. That's a go-to for you. That and
I
well,
love
what's
that
the other one you like? Book of Eli.
Book of
You
Eli is a
really like
fantastic movie.
really like Book of Eli. Yeah,
Great movie.
which is a very good. That's one of the ones you put on when you're.
I probably
Don't
know
go
everything about that movie. There you go. I scrapped together 5 2209s out of 8 different boxes.
We watched Fargo last night.
That's why she usually has a little bit of Minnesota on her, you know, is when she says things. But after Fargo, she's all about the you betcha.
Oh, you betcha.
so that's where that came from. We watched Fargo.
The Villain. I don't know that one. Hello, Edge of 3D. Hello. How are you? Spaghetti westerns are the best.
They're
I
great.
do like spaghetti westerns.
Not as much as I do.
You love them. I said I liked them. I lied. They're boring.
They're not.
Yes, they are. They're too long. It's just sorry.
Great. Lee Van Cleese. He's like one of the best villains ever.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I'm doing as soon as this stream's over. We're gonna watch every one of them.
Great.
I know you're excited.
Oh yeah. We watch as far as too whenever it's on Hunger Games. You like the Hunger Games?
It's not a bad
but that's
watch.
also one like, oh look, the Hunger Games is on, so we'll just watch it. They play it on TBS a lot. Blazing Saddles, hilarious. Spaceballs. I love that one. That's probably my favorite. Airplane, which I haven't seen in a while. We got to watch Airplane soon.
Every time we get on an airplane, I start thinking about Airplane.
Looks like I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
It's the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar moments that really do it
Oh
for me.
my god.
Riding me up and down the court all night. I love that part. Tell your old man.
That's right. That's right. The Villain has Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm going to look it up.
Oh.
Book of Eli 2 is coming, someone says. And
Really?
John says, and I am Legend 2. All right.
Is my girl
Real
Mila,
Genius. That's a good one. I've seen a million times.
is Mila gonna be in it? That's really the only question.
I hope so. Real Genius is a good one. I like that one. I hadn't seen that in a long time. Fistful is a trilogy flick. Yes. Shirley, don't call me Shirley.
Right.
Oh, I got so many one-liners. So many my sister and I will get into a text exchange where we're just doing one-liners from Airplane. And it's pretty funny. Gross Point Blank. I've only seen that a couple of times. It's good though. I like that one.
That is I am probably least familiar John Cusack movie. Gross Point Blank.
Movies I'm compelled to watch whenever they come on. Anything Star Wars. If it's on the TV, I'm watching it. Lord of the Rings. The Matrix. And now Hunger Games too. But so there you go. Movies I'm compelled to watch when I see them. Especially like if you catch them on like just regular TV with commercials, you know. That's a good one. Caddyshack. 1 or 2. Jackie Gleason or Rodney Dangerfield.
The first one's hard to beat.
May he rest in peace. And Jackie Gleason's dead too, I would imagine. Stripes.
Stripes. Yeah.
That's the fact. Jack.
Rodney Dangerfield movies, though, I mean, they're like a class of their own, and you know they're so offensive, right? But there's a local channel that shows those kinds of movies late, and they always put a disclaimer, and basically it says it was a different time back then. Please excuse all the things that are getting ready to happen in this movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny they do that, but it's true.
Yeah.
But You know, it's old school, or not old school. Back to School is
Back
one
to
of the
School.
funniest
That
movies.
movie's hilarious. Yeah.
Flunk me.
Flunk you.
What else was I saying? Because I'm not
Fast
sure.
Times at Ridgemont High. Great movie. Loved that movie. I watched. I like that one. It's an '80s classic. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Very young Sean Penn.
He should have never left that role.
Yeah. So play
Forever.
Spicoli forever.
And I love Jeff Bridges, but he's pretty much the dude. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I think Sean Penn should have done the same.
Sean Penn, Spicoli for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Jeff Spicoli.
Just like what's his name, McConaughey.
Time Bandits. Oh, there's one.
I haven't seen that one in a while. That's
It's been a long time. That's an old weird one. The Breakfast Club. Very good.
Time Bandits is one of those movies that I watched as a kid, like, and I was like homesick or something, and I had a fever, you know.
Yeah.
And then now you're like Time Bandits is permanently imprinted on your brain now.
Sure.
So odd.
Ice Pirates. Don't know that one.
I know the name, but I couldn't tell you.
Animal House. Classic. Very good. Like that one too. Yeah, Stripes is good. Very funny.
I keep losing track of where the parts are.
The Blues Brothers.
I love that movie.
Did you? You like that one? It's all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Weekend at Bernie's. That's one I have seen about 1,000,000 times.
He's so stupid.
Weekend at Bernie's. It's funny. And that's that look on that smirk that he always has, that Bernie always has on his face. And Aliens, the whole Aliens, we were discussing that.
Best sequel.
Best sequel. I think Aliens is the best sequel. Yeah. Christine is good. Did you read the book? Idiocracy. I don't know, man.
The only part with Idiocracy is like a lot of it's so true.
Chris, have
It's
a good
hard to get
day.
through
Thanks
it.
for coming.
See you later, Chris.
Christine is a good movie. I did like Christine. The book's, I mean, it's pretty close, I think. I don't, if memory serves. It's pretty close to the movie. Brazil, one of my all-time faves. I don't know Brazil. I have to look that one up.
It's like a Monty Python.
Oh, is it?
Style movie.
Okay. I have a hard time. No offense, I'm going to say it. You guys are all going to be mad at me. I have a hard time with British humor. Some of it's good, like funny, but like the Monty Python movies, I get it. I don't know.
You get it, but you don't truly get it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I see it, but I'm not watching it. I don't know. I watch it and I'm not seeing it. I don't know. It's one of those that. What's the movie with the Blue Flame Club? They're all in the car and light the farts. They have an aerial shot of the car, and it's dark, and then it flashes blue from the. It's ringing a bell.
I have no idea.
Yeah, sorry, I think I remember something, but I don't. It's totally fine. We have a very strange sense of humor. It's just different, that's all. I'm sure that some of our jokes don't quite translate either.
What we got? Those are all verticals.
Aliens 2, we watched that in year 7. The rest were like meh since. Yeah. They're all right. You know, they kind of expanded on it. I do love Sigourney Weaver. Black Sheep and Tommy Boy. I really like Tommy Boy.
They're basically the same movie. I mean, you know, not one for one, but pretty close.
Yeah, I like Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. I like them both, but I like Tommy Boy.
So basically, I'm just doing some wire management here. Like I'm putting all the clips on, LCD clips, all that good stuff, getting ready to run the wire. And then we're going to attempt to put that electronic box on. I will share that on printables once I know that it's actually going to fit. But I basically took the Rambo Prusa box and there isn't a step file for that. So I basically just redrew the whole thing to fit that SKR3. I've never tried to use one, so let's see if it fits.
All right. How many printers do you have?
47. I don't know.
A lot.
A lot.
He's got a lot. Mr. Bean, do you remember that show?
Yeah. Wait, that
Show
one
on HBO, wasn't it?
Rowan
Atkins.
Yeah,
and what was he in? Atchison.
Yeah. What was the movie that we were watching that he was in? He played the. Oh, is that Wonka movie? That new Wonka movie that we watched, which isn't half bad.
Wonka the other day with the Timothy Chalamet.
I was going in and I was gonna hate it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, me too. It was good.
Yeah, I thought it was alright.
It was totally good, and it had Rowan Atkinson.
Oh,
He was in it. Shaun of the Dead. Now you like those. Hot Fuzz. You like anything with
those guys. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are the best. I'll watch anything with it.
Did you see Paul? Anybody out there see Paul?
Paul is great.
Starting to print the claw machine. It's on my to-do list for a while. George wants to see the whole Prince parts list.
Ooh.
Ha.
For this build?
Yeah, I guess.
I got a pretty good list, but I won't make if I don't have to, because I did the whole bomb for the orange juicer, everything I used, it's out there. If it's somewhat close to this, I'll see if I can actually create one.
Yeah. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. You like that one?
Those Guy Ritchie movies. I like
one.
those movies. Those are good.
Zombieland. You like that one? That's one of yours. Chris likes that one. Yeah, very funny. Paul is funny too. I like that one too.
Let's see what the clips look like. I printed some out, but I'm not really happy with how they turned out. So I need to print another set. I have the hinges. These are just the door hinges. What else do we have left after this? So if I put the electronics on, go ahead.
I see what you're saying now. John, I got you now. You were saying it. Yeah. 7th year for us is middle school. Yeah. So we got 1st through 5th usually is elementary or primary. And then 6th through 8 is middle school for us, at least in this district. And then high school, yes, correct. We have high school is 9th grade through 12th grade. And in high school, it freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior here in the States. So we have junior, middle, and high school here. Or elementary, middle, and high school. So there you go. Some would say, though, that we should, some being me, think that 6th graders need to stay in elementary school as well. Like 6th grade, they're kind of in that weird. So 6th grade for us is around 11 years old. They're starting out, they're 11. So it's 11 to 12 years old in the 6th grade. And I just think, so they're too big for elementary school, too small for middle school, too small to be around 14 and 15-year-old kids. It's a very weird. So I just hold him back, but or like keep him in elementary, let him go into the 7th and 8th grade. Does Chris Riley ever build 3D printers in the lounge room? No, he can sometimes. He wants to know if you can build in the living room. Sometimes. I don't mind if clean up after yourself or put it I don't want to trip over it.
I always like the thought of building printers upstairs. I'm sitting on the couch building some printers and all that. I love the idea of it, but actually it just turns out to me running up and down the stairs getting tools that I forgot. So it's just easier for me to stand here and build. It's way faster that way.
Run, Fat Boy, Run.
That's a good one.
You like that one too, yeah.
All those movies, instant classics.
Ricky's class was the first one to go to middle school in the 6th grade in Belton.
Yep.
The school I went to a long time ago had 6th grade part of the elementary, all due to distance on the bus. Liberty had, where we live, when I say recently, I mean within the last 10 years, was doing kindergarten until 6th grade, all in elementary, and then 7th and 8th was middle school, right? How was that?
I was the second class to go to what we call the middle school, and it was 6th and 7th. And before that, it was kindergarten through 6th, and then junior high was 7th and 8th.
That's right. Yeah. And then it shifted, right? So kindergarten through 5th, and then 6th and 7th was the middle school, and then 8th and 9th was the junior high, and then 10th, 11th, 12th was the high school. We only had one high school, and then we built another high school, and now everything's kind of the norm now, which is kindergarten through 5th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th, and then 9th through 12th. All the grades were in the same building. Ricky's wife went to... That's old. When I graduated, it was the way it is now. Yeah. So there you go. Good old... What's it like there for you all? Is it in like England and Australia and stuff out of the country? How do you guys arrange your kids? That's tough though. I think they're just too little to be, and 6th grade is too young for middle school. They're not ready. I don't think I was ready.
I remember 6th grade being a eye-opening experience,
Oh
to
my
say the
God.
least.
Middle school was the worst 3 years of my life. Our high school didn't have enough students to play football. I went to a very large school district, a large high school. I think there were 400 or 500 kids in my graduating class. Huge. See, back in my day, K through 6 was elementary, 7 through 9 was junior high, and 10, 11, 12 was high school. That sounds about right. Oh, they did basketball and volleyball. I played tennis when I was in high school. I was a tennis player, a sprinter, and I enjoyed it.
I played hooky.
Chris played hooky.
That's all I managed to play.
Yeah. Ricky said he had more people in his graduating class than the whole population of her whole town. Where did she grow up? Oh, Belton. Didn't you say Belton earlier?
Ricky's from Belton.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if his wife is from there or not. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this little odds and ends stuff that takes up all the time.
Can you read this?
What?
Vibermum, Missouri?
I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
But there's a lot of small towns out there.
Yes, there are. Yeah. Little bitty, I guess. Grades 10 through 12 were a total of about 2,000 students. Yeah, I mean, maybe not. My high school, maybe not quite that big, but like I said, I had 400 in my graduating class, pretty easy. So multiply that by 4, 1,600 kids. So, hello, Tom Llama. We were
Tom
discussing
Llama.
high school and like how many kids were in your class and things like that. And then the kids who were in the first class in the new school missed out on getting beat up at the upper school. Yeah, I'm sure.
We went to a small, well, it actually wasn't that small. It was like kind of like a roadside zoo, if you know what I mean by that. We went to one and they had some llamas out there. And when I saw one, the first thing I said was llama loops.
Llama loops. Yes, he was giving us the look.
He was
was
this
chewing.
close to getting ready to spit on me.
He was gonna spit on
I
us.
I could see it on his
Yeah,
face.
he had a look in his eye.
He was getting ready to spit on me, so I stayed away from him.
Yeah. Oh. Well, go lay down. George, he needs a nap. He's been up since 1 a.m. on 2.5 hours of sleep. That will not do.
Time for a nap.
What is the red bear? Show him, honey. What's the red bear? That's the red bear. He asked about the
This is a red
Prusa
bear.
bear.
Yeah, can you?
There you
there's
go.
too many camera. There's the red bear.
There you
So-
go.
It's a Prusa style printer with a bear frame. The bear frame is extrusions rather than flat frame and either threaded rods or the smaller Mark III 3030 extrusions. So the bear frame is that's what we call the bear, and then everything else is Prusa like. Now ours is not quite Prusa. We're not going to run Prusa firmware, and there's odds and ends, different main board and all that good stuff, but close. It's a fun build, basically.
There you go. Jeremy Lucas's class had 12 students in it. Wow. Not very many kids. Yeah. Tom Llama was doing yard work. I'm not ready to do yard work yet, so I'm not going to. I'm ignoring it. Not as cool as log.
But what is?
Yeah. Panda bear. What is that a thing, or is he just being silly?
Panda bear?
So when you're doing a panda bear,
Mm.
I think he's being silly. Yeah, it's neat. It's pretty too. Boy, that red looks real sharp.
The red's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What am I doing again? Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm not ready for yard work yet, but it's getting real green around here. The grass is starting to grow. My tulips are popping up. That's nice. 8 million pine cones in the yard. Boo. Just run them over with the mower. Can you?
I don't know. It depends how big the pine cone is.
We run over the leaves. Can we run over pine cones too? You have little pine trees all over your house.
What's for lunch today?
I have popcorn chicken slated, but we can.
I don't know that I approve.
I'm not sure I do either. What sounds good?
Cheeseburger.
That sounds excellent. You want Culver's,
Mm.
Wendy's, or McDonald's?
No,
No
I never
McDonald's.
want McDonald's.
I don't want to waste my cheeseburger on McDonald's. Five Guys? I can put pants on.
Are you alluding that you don't have
wearing
pants on?
I'm wearing sleeper pants, just so you know. But lunch at 2:00.
What time is
my
it?
time. Our time's 12:30 here, so 1:30 by the time we get to it. Had to do leaves. Where were we? Need to see if you can upgrade log to have input shaping.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
We could do that.
We have 1 through 6 and then 7 through 12 now. So 2 different schools, just 2 schools though. Just 2. See now, and now we're back to the same subject. I wouldn't want my 7th grader, which here is 12 to 13 years old, hanging around a bunch of 18-year-old kids. Get away, I just don't like it. That's too big an age difference for my comfort. And if there's a way to keep them separated within the same building, I'd probably be okay with that, but I don't want my 13-year-old mingling with an 18-year-old.
That's how you learn to smoke.
Yeah. We had to do leaves. So wet here. The fall, winter never got it done. Yeah, like 2025 trailers full. Wow. I just mow over the leaves. I mow the leaves right before Thanksgiving. It's usually our last 70-degree day. I just mow over the leaves and deal with the rest in the springtime. I gotta lay grass seed though here pretty soon.
You've never seen leaves like the Northeast. Oh my Lord!
I can't imagine.
They're like 10 foot deep.
Yeah. Do you have the root beer shakes at Culver's, or is it only an Indiana thing? I don't know. I've never looked.
I think they do.
Yeah.
The only problem is right now, if we head out to get some lunch, it'll be like a zoo, and you'll have to stand in line somewhere to try to fight to get some sort of food.
Well, that's all right. I mean,
no, I don't like it.
We can hit the drive-through. John, you only talked to one person from school. Oh, they don't have Culver's in Wisconsin?
That's a Wisconsin thing.
Oh, well then, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Shane. Oh, he's talking about root beer shakes in Wisconsin.
They don't have them at Culver's in Wisconsin.
Got it, yeah. They're 6 foot deep piles. We're going from leaves to root beer shakes to kids in high school. We're bouncing around here.
That's how we do it.
Very deep piles of leaves. My neighbor disappears into one hole.
I love those videos of the dogs that run outside and they just disappear.
You like Chick-fil-A, John? We have one. We don't really go.
Talk about someplace that's always a madhouse.
Chick-fil-A. Well, they're closed right now. They're remodeling. So the one here in town's is gonna be closed for the next 3 months.
Where's everyone gonna get their sandwich?
Where are you gonna get your
while
chicken
wearing their
sandwich?
yoga pants?
I don't know. It's tough.
I like that Firehouse subs.
I like Firehouse sub. We like Jimmy John's a lot. As far as fast food places go.
Jimmy John's is always good.
Well, I was going to try to wait, but I need to go upstairs.
All right. You want to end it? Or you just want to give it a minute?
Let's go another 15 minutes or so. We can go till 1, don't you think?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Do you want anything?
No. Thank you. Picture of me in yoga pants. Yeah, that would be really interesting. Not good. Not good. That'll ruin you for life. So now I'm just doing odds and ends. I need a couple of other parts for my case. I think everything is pretty much either JST on this or ferrules. So I shouldn't have to worry about much more than this stuff right now. But now that I think about it, no, they're all. I was just gonna say those don't have taco wires on them, but they don't. 2-wire fans, so we're all set. This one is a little large for the heat shrink, but it'll go. I hope all this stuff works. I almost feel like I should test these components before we go to all this work, but what's life without a little bit of mystery? Will it work or not? Because, if you've ever had to mess with these these small DC fans. Not always the most consistent parts in the world. There's that one. Angry Whopper at BK. I haven't been to a Burger King in a million years. Ooh, I wonder, there's a place right down the street. Now that I'm thinking about it. Now I'm thinking about food. What time, or, yeah, there you go, now you're back.
What did I miss?
We're talking about, for some reason, Nappin brought up me in yoga pants. But, yeah, what's the fun without mystery? But we were talking about food, and then I got to thinking about, what time does that biscuit place close? I could totally use one of those giant burritos.
They close at 2.
Maybe that's not in the cards for today then. They have a breakfast burrito that's like the size of your head.
Ugh.
So good. And their chicken sandwich is really
They have
good too.
really good chicken sandwiches. Big Biscuit. That's a good place. It's a breakfast lunch place. They close at 2. We could get takeout if you wanted. I wouldn't.
I'll save it for another time.
They're probably used to it, but I don't really like going into restaurants too close to closing time. Most people want to get out of there. The Angry Whopper. Was that
Is that the spicy one?
Oh, yeah, with the jalapeno. Good Lord.
That'll wreck you.
Yeah, you're cruising for a bruising.
Oh.
Although I had some nachos at the ballpark in Scottsdale.
Those were good.
And I managed to get away unscathed. I thought for sure I was going to pay for that one. I did all right. So. Chinese buffet for lunch? If we had one.
I wish we had a good Chinese buffet. We have one like on the other side of town. We used to have a really good one that I liked, but they closed. You know what I almost did yesterday? I figured you'd be upset, so I didn't do it. But I almost stopped at that taco truck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
When?
When I had to go to Lowe's to get some charcoal, and it's like parked right out there in front. Like, she's going to be so upset if I get tacos without her.
Well, you could bring me a taco.
No.
I
would eat it quickly and not tell you I ever did it.
That's true. Menards sells bidets now.
Oh, boy.
Speaking of getting wrecked. Our schools closed in town during COVID. I think ours did too for a little bit, and then they opened back up. But they had some weird, one kid gets it, and it was weird. What a mess that was. COVID. What a mess. That I didn't have to deal with any of that. I mean, like, I had to deal with it, but I mean, like, we were in a position where I could just quit my job, and because we didn't know anything, you don't know anything about it. So you don't want to get sick. You don't want other people getting sick. I was pretty heavy back then. So we were worried that I would not fare well if I got COVID because, I was heavy and you just don't know. And then, the Chinese buffet closed during COVID. I don't know why I was thinking of school. Anyway, yeah, we lost all our buffets. Lost a salad bar at the grocery store. Chick-fil-A was crazy. They had 20 army guys, 15 cops, and like 1,000 other people. We ordered and went to find a seat. Then the server came and put it in front of us. When was this? We have one decent Chinese restaurant in our whole town. I'm
looking for...
But it's good. It's Penguin's Kitchen is the name of our Penguins.
That sounds pretty good. That's the part I'm missing. What did I do with that part? We had it last time. I'm missing the wire loom piece. I knew it. I was looking at that thinking, something missing here, but I can't quite figure out what it is. Working out of this cart has been pretty nice, but I've still got a bunch of parts from the Trident build in there, so I'm confusing the two projects. Because, of course, I didn't take any care to clean that up before we started something else. That'd be too much to ask.
Well, my vote for lunch today is either Culver's or Five Guys.
I don't know what that part is. Not cool.
6 Guys.
One better.
Oh, they say 5. Oh, he's telling us we need 5 Guys. He prefers 5 Guys to Culver's.
We haven't been in there in a while.
Yeah.
Culver's is really good, though.
It's hard to beat Culver's. That deluxe burger is really good.
God, now I'm so hungry.
Me too. Starvin' Marvin. White Castle. We knew who's gonna bring up White Castle. God.
Oh,
No.
White Castle.
Boo.
So good. Somebody has to stick up for White Castle. It's gonna be me.
5 Guys is a little pricey. It's a treat, that's for sure.
I can't even tell you the last time I had one of those hamburgers.
Neighbor says it's beer 30. Who am I to argue? You better go get your beer. It is Saturday also. So enjoy. In bed by 8.
We need cooler neighbors. But then they'd be over here all the time.
Yeah, then you wouldn't like them
looking at my stuff.
We got pretty decent neighbors. I mean, not cool to like hang out with, but we got decent neighbors. The guy next to us has a couple of little girls. They're around the same age, and they got the trampoline. They got a pool in the summer. They got all the backyard stuff. And but we hear them all the time. Tom, have a good one. Enjoy your beer.
I don't know where my part is.
Ha ha. Every time I tell my girlfriend I'm getting 5 Guys for lunch, she asks if I'm having them at the same time. Woohoo! Funny, funny. White Castle, no. In-N-Out. There was an In-N-Out right down the street from us in Surprise, and we didn't hit it.
I suggested
I know you did. And
that we go to In-N-Out for dinner.
It wasn't right.
You were not on board with it.
No, it was. I don't know. Habit Burgers. What are those?
I don't know.
We have an LC's here in Kansas City that's
They're
pretty
good too.
Yeah. Take a nap. All right, George. Have a good one. Take care.
Well, I can't find the part, so that's probably the good
Chick-fil-A
place
was
to
in
say.
2014 when I was in LA. It was crazy how they came straight oh, yes, that came fast in such a busy place. They do a good job there. We have Whataburger here now. Anybody familiar with Whataburger? That's a Texas thing. So, but now we have Whataburger because of Patrick Mahomes. He's coming and he's bringing Texas with him. Whataburger. It's okay. Kind of a smoky burger.
Meh.
Yes, KC is about barbecue. We have the best barbecue ever.
There you go.
They tried in Arizona. They try. They try everywhere.
It was okay.
It was okay. Nashville is supposed to be getting an In-N-Out. Whataburger, that sounds very bland. It's like Whataburger.
Whataburger.
Whataburger. Like, oh, what a burger.
What a
Whataburger.
burger.
We like Culver's though. When we're after a fast food cheeseburger, that's our go-to. Too salty, somebody says. Whataburger. Yeah. It's fine.
I think I've only had it once.
We only had it once.
I wasn't impressed.
We were in San Antonio. Culver's is where you're going. You keep mentioning it. I think we're probably going to end up there. We'll see. Well, we'll see how busy it is.
All right. I can't find that part. We got some stuff done today. Not near as much as I would have liked to. But I don't want to work on it without you all. But all the wires are pretty much ready to go. PSU is good. I need a couple more printed parts. I need the strain relief part for the back of the extruder, which I had, but now I don't know where it is. So we still got a lot of work to do. So I think we're going to need at least 2 more streams to get this thing done.
Media Man 3D. Do you know him?
Yeah.
He's here.
Oh, right.
We don't have any of those burger places in Sweden.
Why am I blanking on...
Because I cut you off. Sorry.
I don't know. Now I've lost my train of thought. I'm gone now. Now all I can think about is hamburgers.
Yes.
Media Man, I still need to get on with some of that. You know, the Hero Me adapters and Hotends and extruders and things like that. That's Media Man, Andy.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey.
I still need to get with him and figure out what we should do on printers and such. But so much to do, so little time. Anywho, I think it's gonna have to be lunchtime. I think I'm gonna call it. What do you think?
I think it is lunchtime also.
We got 2.5
We hung in there a
hours
long
of
time
building.
though, so. You were saying that you need at least 2 more builds for this stream.
Thank you. Yes.
Or 2 more streams for this build.
We're gonna need 2 more streams. But for the next one, I swear, I'm gonna have everything all lined up so we can just stick it together.
We'll be super organized.
I swear.
It was a rough week for us. The next stream will be March 30th. Is the next, like if we stay on the path, it'll be March 30th. So.
Okay. There's something I was thinking that we were supposed to get done soon, and I can't remember what it is. We got Murph and Rocky Mountains coming up for folks. I don't know what date that is. Then Murph's coming up on the 21st of June. I don't know what we're going to do for any of that. I don't know. Too much stuff going on. Okay, let's call it. All right, time for lunch. Thanks everybody for joining the stream. I feel like I was completely unorganized and didn't get near as much done, but we will get it done eventually. A lot of custom stuff to do. It's lunchtime. Thank you for everyone that hung out in the chat. Super chat tips, always great. All of our YouTube members for the support that keep all of this going for us. It's always appreciated. So good to see you all. Rocky Mountain is on April 20th. There you go. So it's a little later than I thought. For some reason I was thinking March. Thanks everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. I think we're going to continue with Bear Build on the next one. But I seem to think that there was something else that we should do, but I don't remember what it is in the moment. But so we'll find out together what we're going to do on next time. But take care everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Everybody have a good day. Good night.
And
thank you. Thank you for coming.
Eat some food that makes your stomach hurt.
Yes.
It's always good.
Yes, and thanks for everybody.